Hello everyone, welcome to a new video that is on clinical strategies for rotary instrumentation. So today I'll be discussing few points for the practitioners to practice NITI instruments in a safe way. The importance of adequate straight line access to the root canals can never be overstated. So there are two phases that are distinct during the preparation of curved canals with NITI rotaries. That is phase 1, which is coronal flaring, and phase 2, which is apical shaping. So before we get into detail with this, the first important thing is that whenever we do access opening, we have to remember that our first step should not be placing any kind of hand file or rotary into the canal. It should be a reservoir of sodium hypochlorite, which should be deposited into the optimally prepared access cavity. Now the coronal path is then explored with a K file that is not pre-curved. And after that, access into the root canal system, you have to make sure that it provides a pathway into the orifices without actually weakening the remaining tooth structure. So coronal flaring, that is a phase 1, is basically, it facilitates the direct access into the middle third of the root canal and promotes the access of irrigants. The rotary files, we have to all remember, have non-cutting tips. So they should be advanced only into an explode and open canal section. So therefore, it is recommended that we should have a glide path before we push the rotary in. So this is why most of us, we make mistakes that we push the rotary and we do not create a glide path. So when that happens, that results in breakage of rotary files. So when we have to create a glide path, how do we do that? We use a stainless steel size 10, 15K and then 20K file till the point where we find the resistance. Now, personally, I go only till 15K and then reach up to a depth that is subsequent to where the rotary should go. Now, as soon as the glide path is secured, the NITI rotaries are used in a crown down manner rather than in a step back motion. Now, what does that mean? See, when we are using rotary, we have to understand that coronal flaring. Now, what is this coronal flaring going to do? It is just going to give us a path to reach to the apex. So after we have created a glide path, suppose with 10K at an approximate working length, which you have probably measured with a radiograph, now create an approximate glide path. And after that, you do coronal flaring, because if you just push the rotary file, as I've already mentioned, there are high chances that it will break as they have non-cutting tips. So then what we do is rotary is used from large to smaller size tapers and then moved from coronal to apical part. So any file is advanced until a certain resistance is met and then withdrawn. And then further, a smaller rotary file is then progressed or sequentially prepared. The apical canal portion is then first explored with small K files and prepared up to the working length. So let me clear this in basic words. What we have to do is, we do access opening, we pour sodium hypochlorite or create a reservoir, irrigate with sodium hypochlorite, and then we create a glide path, suppose with a 10K file. Now you've created a glide path at an approximate working length. Now by this time, you have actually not measured the working length with the apex locator. Now what we further do is, we do coronal flaring. We do coronal flaring, after which we are again going to insert our 10K file into the canal. This is very important, because if you don't do coronal flaring and then try to measure the working length, there will be some discrepancy as there will be obstruction while you're putting the file. So the working length should be measured after coronal flaring. Please remember this point. And so the next step will be glide path preparation, coronal flaring, and then what you can do is you can start with the apical shaping from the rotary. So if we follow these steps, there are very less chances that you're going to break the rotary instruments into the canal. All right. So the next part is, now what we have to see is that during access preparation, as I've already mentioned, that you have to make sure that it is adequate and it does not weaken the tooth structure. The next thing is, don't force the files. Now, NITI rotaries have a passive technique. So if resistance is encountered, don't force the file. Stop immediately, and before continuing, you increase the coronal taper again. Recapitulate using small stainless steel hand files. All right, so let's make it simple. Whenever it is giving any obstruction, don't try, okay, we'll force it and it will pass. No, it will not. It will definitely break. So recapitulate it, make a path again. It might be because of debris, just irrigate it, and then you'll get a smooth path. And then difficult canal anatomy. Okay, so there are many times when we see that, there's a curvature. Oh yes, it's a flexible file, it can handle it. Yes, today we have that metallurgy that it can handle it, but you have to understand that if you have to increase the life of a rotary file, then you have to first create a glide path with a hand file. So when there is a difficult canal anatomy, it's a combination work between your hand file and your rotary file. Now, next important part is don't overuse the files. So inspect the instruments frequently and discard any bent rotaries. Another important aspect here is please follow manufacturer's instructions, because they have mentioned how many times, how will you actually, ideally it's supposed to be used once, which we cannot do because of economical purposes, but make sure you sterilize it. And other thing is that you will find a bent or any kind of indication that your instrument will give. So please examine your instruments before you use it for the next case. Then avoiding breakage takes practice. Yes, that is very important, because with time you will eventually get used to rotary, as it's a learning curve. So then that will take time. That is one point. Now, another important thing is do not try to bypass the ledges. This is very, very important. By chance, we've created a ledge, and now, okay, let's just put rotary. We cannot have that headache of, taking a hand file and then, trying to slowly negotiate it. It will not happen. If you use a rotary, you are going to break it when you are bypassing the ledge. So please be patient and confirm and create the pathway with straight K files, and then only use a Naitai rotary. All right. Then again, avoid cutting with the entire length of the file, and don't start and stop. In rotary, sudden changes in the direction must be avoided, and a smooth, gentle reaming motion is most efficient. So rotaries should be inserted and withdrawn from a canal while rotating. You cannot stop and then take it out, it will get stuck. So that is very important. Then length control is critical. So now working length should be well established and controlled, as should the actual length of the file. So suppose, again, this I've already told you before, if you're going to measure a working length, if you have not done coronal flaring, so we all know that if there's a curvature in the coronal part, and when we flare it, we are going to get a straight path. So our working length will change in both the cases. So if we have a certain working length and then it changes and we have not measured it again, what happens is you're going to over instrument it. Your rotary instrument is going to go beyond the apex, and as a result it will cut so fast that actually you will be increasing your taper and the pical size to a much higher than you would have planned. So that is very critical, and once you have over instrumented, it is very difficult to come back again. So it is not possible, as we all know. So the length control is very critical, because over instrumentation can lead to symptoms in the patient. Right. So now this I have taken from Rotary Instrumentation Endodontic Perspective. Please read this article. It's actually very interesting. And we all have to remember that root canal instrumentation with Naitai rotaries is a very effective and safe procedure. It demands your understanding of the root canal anatomy and the principles. So before you use rotary, you have to know that every canal needs to be evaluated on its own regarding length, width, curvature, and then an educated decision about the strategy for the preparation should be made. So any doubts regarding these, you can mention in the comment section, and thank you. Have a great day.